Hi, this is Gabe Cook, Director of Debate Kansas City, and I'm going to talk to you today about the Obama Politics Dissat. Now, this is a file that we released about a week ago and gave out to schools who were attending the Dowling Tournament in Iowa. It's an argument that will still be useful at the City Championships January 9th and 10th. And the argument goes something like this. It says that right now Barack Obama is trying to largely stay out of politics, that he is instead spending his time consolidating his power so that the first day he takes office, he's able to pass a massive $500 billion economic stimulus plan. And this argument is made in the uniqueness portion of the disadvantage, and it came from Time, December 8th, 2008. That means that Obama is making phone calls to people that are going to be in the Congress coming up, so that he has done all of his lobbying for the legislation before he even takes office. Now, the link argument is this. The affirmative team comes along and takes an issue that will be seen as tied to Barack Obama. Alternative energy is something that Democrats have traditionally supported more than Republicans, and Barack Obama has been in support of alternative energy. So the argument is that if any time between now and when he takes office, Obama gets involved with alternative energy, or the affirmative plan comes along and makes it look like Obama's involved with alternative energy, then it will take his focus away from the stimulus. There's also evidence in the link part of the disadvantage, the second piece of link evidence in the shell, that says Democrats have been pushing for Obama to get more involved in current affairs, but Obama has resisted because this is the Bush presidency and he wants to get off to a successful start on his own terms. And the Salon.com evidence says that if Obama is pushed by the Democrats on getting involved before he takes office, that it could set him up for failure. And the third argument comes from the front-runner evidence, the third link argument. It says that if Obama were to have a policy passed that seems like his name is attached to it, then he would look like he's working with President Bush, a very unpopular president. And it would also take away what's known as political capital from Obama. As I said before, he's trying to spend his time getting an economic stimulus plan passed. And if alternative energy comes up and the media starts asking him questions, and congressmen and congresswomen start asking him questions, then that's going to divert his attention away from the stimulus plan, making it less likely that he can pass it the first day he takes office. In subpoint C of the shell, you'll see the impact of this. It says that without an economic stimulus plan, 10 million Americans could fall into poverty by the end of next year. That is from Salon.com as well. And the evidence from Leonard Silk, the 2 point, says that economic decline basically hurts our ability to solve a multitude of problems. If we don't get a stimulus plan passed and the American economy goes from a recession all the way to a full-fledged depression, it makes war more likely, it hurts our ability to stop disease, it even hurts our ability to help with the environment. So that gives you a summary of the argument. You'll notice that on page 2 of the evidence file, there's what's known as a 2NC or a 1NR overview. This would be evidence that you read to begin your 2NC or your 1NR that completely explains the disadvantage. And it also includes a couple new pieces of evidence. It says that Obama's stimulus plan is likely to include funds for what's known as a smart energy grid, and that smart energy grid is absolutely vital for us to get renewable energy on board. So this means that the affirmative plan not only prevents a stimulus program from passing, but in preventing that stimulus program, you prevent the development of a smart grid, which is absolutely essential to development of alternative energy over the long term. So that means stopping this stimulus plan means the affirmative can't solve their case, and that they cause the economy to go into massive decline. That's a rundown of the argument. If I were you, I would do a little bit more research on it between now and the City Championship, and you can expect Debate Kansas City to put out a new file as well. Or not necessarily a new file, but we'll at least put some updates out there for the argument before the City Championship happens. Alright, hope you take a look at the file, and I wish you success at the 2009 City Championship.